Okay, greetings one and all, and welcome to day number 4. Yes, day number 4, week 9 of our journey together. Yes, day number 4, week 9 of our journey together. And it's definitely a delight to have each and every one of you. All right, can you let me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
let me start again. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to day number 4, week 9 of our journey together. Yes, day number 4, week 9 of our journey together. And it's definitely a delight to have each and every one of you here. Today is Thursday, so Thursday is definitely going to be quiz day. Yes, so but before we do the quiz, I'm going to do a bit of review first, and then we can get into the quizzes. So let's begin with the review. So you don't have to write this down. This is just basically review what we did. So review. So for mathematics, what will we be focusing on this week on mathematics? Let's just talk about that. So for mathematics, for the first one, let's say for the first quiz 1, we're gonna do that. It'll be testing us basically on what we did for mathematics this week. And for the first, what shall I say, for the first day in maths of this week, which was Monday, anyone can remember what we did?
Circumference of the circle.
Very good. So for quiz 1, we'll be looking at the circumference of the circle. Now, when we say circumference of the circle, what is that? That's what? The distance around
The distance around the circle.
Very good. It's the distance around the circle. All right. And so we're going to be looking at the distance around the circle. That's quiz 1, basically testing that. What is the formula for the circumference of the circle? Can you remember?
Pi.
Pi.
What is it? For the circumference of the circle, what is it? Say it again.
Pi r plus
What? Circumference of the circle.
2 pi r.
2 pi.
2 pi r.
2 pi r.
2 pi r. Quiz 2 will also be looking at circumference of the circle. But this time we're going to be looking at when they give you the diameter. And if they give you the diameter, what must you do if they give you the diameter and you're trying to find the circumference?
Divided by 2.
Divided
by 2.
Very good, divided by 2. So we're looking at the circumference of the circle given the diameter. And then obviously for quiz number 3, also we look at finding the circumference of what?
Of a semicircle.
Semicircle.
Of a semicircle.
Of semicircle. And what is the formula for the circumference of the semicircle?
Pi r plus 2r.
Pi r plus what?
2r.
Plus 2r, where r is the radius of the circle. And so that's what we did this week for mathematics. Circumference of the circle given the diameter, and then circumference of the semicircle. And then for language, language was on Monday, we did, I think remember?
Subject verb agreement.
Very good.
Subject verb agreement.
We did subject and verb agreement. And then what else we did?
Position.
We did what?
Preposition.
Prepositions, very good, prepositions. All right. So for language, we did subject and verb agreement. And then we did subject and verb agreement. And then for scholars English language. And then that's what we did for math, and that's what we did for English language. All right. So this review. All right, next we have, the next thing we did was we did health science and general science. So for health science, what did we look at? Health science. Quiz one.
Fungi.
We looked at different things. We did pathogens, right? Pathogens, and for that one we looked at,
Pathogenic diseases.
yeah, pathogenic diseases. And we looked at fungi. What else?
Worms.
No. We did fungi. We did what's another one? Plasmodium. And that's what gives you malaria. And then we did one more, worms. Okay, that's what we did. All right. And then for general science, what did we do?
Worms and fungi.
Yeah, we did. There's one. We did worms. But we really only talk about worms. We never really got to do fungi. All right. And so that's what we did. And then for today, for social studies, we will be looking at quiz one. We'll be looking at motivations for exploration. And that'll be part two. And then for religious studies, we'll be looking at
Part two.
Peter denies Jesus. Quiz number 2 would be Peter denies Jesus. All right, so inside the chat, I'm going to put the links for the math quizzes, so you can start that. Inside the chat, I'll be putting the links for the math quizzes, so you can start that. So once I put the links for the math quizzes, you'll be able to access them. Remember, for the math, we looked at circumference of the circle and then circumference of the semicircle. All right. Or we can say the perimeter of the semicircle or circumference of the semicircle. Because some perimeter and circumference are the what? They are the same what? Perimeter and, no, they're the same thing, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes.
good. So let me put inside the chart for you.
80 or people say yes.
80 or up, very good. 80 or above. 80 or above, all right? It's the passing grade. So I'm gonna put the math quiz. I'm only gonna put quiz 1 up first, so persons wouldn't rush and do all the quizzes one time. I'm only putting quiz 1 first. Once you've started, please put started inside the chat. Again, once you've started, please put started inside the chat.
Elizabeth, you can send it to my phone, please. Hey, what's up?
I can't do that today. I doing too much things in the background. I wonder if you can get it from the chat, because I'm really trying to get something else done. Something I'm writing in the background and I can't post it right now. I'm trying to get all 3. Do you all see quiz number 1 and quiz number 2 in the chat? Okay. Sion, I got you. I got it now. You can check your chat now, Sion. You see it? For those who have started the quizzes, please put started inside the chat. Again, for those who have started the quizzes, please put started inside the chat.
Mr. Petit, I don't see it.
Sion. You sure? It ain't inside the chat. Check again.
Okay, I see it. I see it. Thank you.
No problem. All right, the 3 quizzes are inside the chat. I need you to do the mock quizzes, the first 3. Once you finish with the quizzes, please tell me your score. Again, once you finish with the quiz, please tell me your score. Again, once you finish with the quizzes, please, once you finish with the quiz, please put your grade in the chat. Let me know what you got. Again, once you finish with the first quiz, please put your grade inside the chat. Remember, what does it take to pass? How much you have to get out of the pass?
80 and above.
80 and above. Very good.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
For the quiz, I got a 20 out of 20.
Who's that speaking?
Samaya King.
Samaya King, very good. Anyone else got a 20 out of 20 on the first quiz?
Mr. Petit, for the first quiz, I get 18 out of 20. Does it count as a pass?
18 or 20, yes. 18 out of 20 is a pass. 18 out of 20 is a pass. $18 out of 20 is actually a 90. Anyone else finished with the first quiz? I want to share that grade. Anyone else finished? Anyone else finished with the first quiz and want to share that grade?
Good night, Mr. Petit. I got a 20 out of 20.
Who's that?
Stacy.
Stacy, very good.
I also got a 20 out of 20.
Who's that?
Naya.
Oh, Naya. How can I not recognize the voice?
I got a 20 out of 22, Mr. Petit.
20 out of 22?
I mean 20 out of 20.
Oh, you mean as well?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Excuse me, Mr. Petit. I got a 20 out of 20.
20 out of 20, very good. For those who did not get 80 and above, you know you have to do the quiz over. Again, for those who not got. Dion.
Yes,
Dion,
sir.
do me a favor and can you repost the quiz in the chat, please? Because I think
Yes, sir.
Belon just started. Chadney, what did you get on your quiz?
On the first quiz, I got a 20 out of 20.
You want the second one now?
So,
Do me a favor, can you repost the quiz inside the chat, please, for CJ? He just arrived. Joseph, do you see the quiz inside the chat?
Yes, I want to know.
Okay, good. Waterfall, what number you, what quiz are you on?
the
Waterfall? Okay, good. You got your grade yet, or are you still working on it?
still working on it.
Okay, good. For those, someone has their camera on, please, not turn the camera on.
Mr. Petit,
Go ahead.
in the quiz the number 3, it was in, when I pressed 3.142, it wasn't to win. I get 18 out of 20 because every time I press it, it ain't
Oh,
showing up.
it ain't showing. Oh, that's my bad then. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
that's why you got a 20. That's why you got an 18.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Anyone else finish their quizzes and would like to share their grade?
Mr. Petit,
Go ahead.
good night. I just reached.
Oh,
What I
okay.
missed.
Okay, Naya, do me a favor. Where's Naya?
Oh,
Naya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Post the quiz inside the chat, please, for Jessica.
Yes, sir.
So we are doing the math quizzes. And so she's gonna post the quiz inside the chat. It's 3 of them: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
next thing, Wednesday, I missed the whole class. I didn't get anything from there. I need the thing for
The notes?
Notes too, yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. I'll send you that for Wednesday. Anyone else finish their quiz? Anyone else finish their quiz? Would like to share their grade for the first one?
Olivia, 20 out of 20.
20 to 20 on the first one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you do me a favor? Can you post the quizzes in the chat for, I think Tyrone just arrived. Can you do that for me, please?
Yes, sir.
Is Matthew there, or he going the function thing?
You home shortly.
Okay. Remember, if your mic is not on, please. If your mic is not, if you're not speaking, please do not turn on your mic.
Excuse me, Mr. T.
Go ahead.
20 out of 20 for the first one.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Yeah, anyone else got a pass for the first quiz? Anyone else got a pass for the first quiz?
I did.
Okay,
I did.
okay, good. Excellent. Remember, you have to get 16 and above. 16 points because it's out of 20. So if you get a 16, then that's then you got 80. All right, how many persons on the second quiz? On the second quiz. How many persons on the second quiz?
I on the second quiz.
I am.
All right, good,
I'm on the second quiz.
good.
Mr. Petit, I got an 18 out of 24. I have to do it over.
18 to 24.
Yes, so
Who's that speaking?
Stacy.
Yes, that's 75. You have to do it over.
Thank you.
No problem.
Mr. Petit, the first one I got,
Uh-huh.
the first quiz, I got 20 out of 20.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Very good. That means you understand the concept. Very good.
But
I said that means you understand the concept. That's very good. That was circumference, right? Of a circle. That's very good.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
I get a 20 out of 20.
Is this Casey?
Yeah, so
Very good. Casey.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead, Maranique, I think.
Yes, sir. Okay, so for the first math quiz, I got a 20 out of 20. Second one, 24 out of 24. 22 really, but. And then for the third, 20 out of 20.
Okay, good. So you're done with all of the math quizzes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you ready for the English?
I am.
You say yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Right, let me send the English quizzes for those persons who are ready for it.
I got 20 out of 20 on the first quiz.
You got a what?
20 out of 20.
20 out of 20 on the first quiz, good. All right, so for those who are doing the English, we put your quiz in the chat. The first one is on subject and verb agreement. Again, that's for the first quiz. You also see it right in the chat. Again, for those persons who have Marnie, can you post the English quiz again in the chat, please?
Yes, sir.
For those who have finished all 3 of the quizzes, you can start your English, you can start your English, your English quiz.
Find me, Mitch. For the first mathematics, I got a 18 out of 20.
Okay, that's a 90%. That means you pass. Malik, that's Malik, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. But if you want to be a star student, you got to get 100. Remember?
Yes.
Remember? Okay, good. Anyone else finish their quiz and would like to share their result? Anyone else finish that quiz and would like to share the result? Remember, for the quizzes, you need to get 80% and above. Again, for the quizzes, you need to get 80% and above.
Mr. Petit, in quiz 2, you didn't give me 9 and 8 and 9.
I didn't give you what?
You didn't give me 8 and 9.
I didn't
You
give
give
you.
me 1. Yeah, you have 10 on the 7. And then it goes to 11, then 12, then 13. and
Oh,
14.
that's a mistake on my. I think I numbered it wrong.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. I can't hear you. Too much noise in the background.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I said I apologize for being late. I'm on the road with my mother, and I want to know, do I do quizzes or do I continue with factors?
Oh, do the quizzes.
Yes.
Naya, where Naya is? Naya, post the math quiz for please, the 3 math quizzes.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Mr. Petit, for the second math quiz, I got a 24 out of 24.
24, very good.
Yes, sir. This is also Malik speaking.
Yeah, I recognize it. 24, very good. That is 100%.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Can you resend the links for the quizzes
Who's that speaking?
tomorrow night?
Clem, what? Okay, which one? Which quiz you talking about? The math ones or the English ones?
The math ones.
Okay, I'll send
Actually,
it. I'll resend it for you.
thank you.
No problem.
Mr. Petit, they got a 24 to 24 second quiz. They on the third one.
For the math?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right, so I will put inside the chat, I will put the math quiz, all of the math quizzes and all of the English quizzes for you all inside the chat, just so you can have them. Again, inside the chat, we have all of the math quizzes and all of the English quizzes. So you can have.
Yes, but they
Go ahead.
yeah, 20 on the mask.
You
First
got a
one.
what?
20 on the first one.
20 out of 20, okay, good. For those who just have arrived, we're doing the quizzes, the math quizzes. Again, for those who just have arrived, we're doing the math quizzes and the English quizzes.
Miss Petit, for the second quiz, I got a 20. Where is 24 and 24?
24 to 24?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
Maybe it's because I wasn't in class on Monday. But I think some of the answers for quiz 1 English are wrong.
Quiz 1. You mean for the subject and verb agreement?
Yes, sir.
Let me check on. Which ones?
Like question number 5.
Okay, let me see. Wait. Hold on a moment. Let me just send this to Jessica. Now check it. Give me an example of a plural verb, Naya. Plural verb.
Have.
Give me next one.
Walk.
Give me next one.
Sit.
I said plural. You sure?
Quiz.
Right? Nine.
Want.
Say it again.
Want.
Want. They are plural verbs. Because you're saying that they are plural verbs?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's plural verb and with S or no?
No, sir.
Okay, good. All right, so let's check this quiz. Subject and verb agreement. What number you talking about? Number 5?
Yes, sir. Actually, there are a lot of numbers that I'm not sure about.
Okay. 5. Oh, I see about, I see the issue. You're thinking number 5 is supposed to be what?
I thought number 5 was A.
Each of the book have colorful flowers? No, but they're talking about one book. I mean,
No, it
even though,
says each of the books
no,
have colorful colors.
that's what I'm saying. But each though. It didn't say the books. See the nuance there?
You think so? You
Like
can
for
say
example, okay, let me give you a good example. I think because he wasn't there, that's the problem. Look, you look at say all right, for example, we know that where are we?
Mr. Petit,
Go ahead.
sorry, but are you gonna send the link for the English, please?
Okay, let me do it. Let me send it. It's supposed to be somewhere in the chat. Okay, let me send it again. All right, so in the chat, I'm posting the math and English quizzes for those who need them. All right, so
I need it, Mr. Petit.
oh yeah, I just remember. I gave you all of them, Shion, so you can have it.
Yes, sir.
it's 16 out of 20 is a pass.
16 out of 20?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 16 out of 20 is pass. It's a pass. 16 out of 20, yeah, 16 out of 20. Oh, like I was saying, Naya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this one says, the new series of books was or were released last week, right? So sometimes when you do subject and verb agreement, we have nuances. So for example, you would think that the new series is plural, right? That's what you would think. But it's technically not plural because if it say the new series, right? We're still talking about one series. Because even though the series, let's say we have a series, right? Even though the series have multiple books in it, we're still talking about one entity. And that one entity is the series. See what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like one series could have several parts, right? But we're still talking about one series. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So we look at it as one entity. Okay. So sometimes when we do on subject and verb agreement, it might be a little off because when we think the subject is plural, it's actually singular because we're still talking about one entity. So in your case, when it says each of the books, I mean, yeah, it say books, but it's saying each of them. You see what I'm saying? So you treat it as one. And so that's sometimes they wear it like that. All right.
To me, it just wasn't sounding right.
Okay, let me read it. Now, don't always depend on sound now. Sometimes things sound dead weird, and it's actually grammatically right. I wish I had some time to actually show you, but each of the books has colorful flowers. Each of the books have colorful flowers. Sound the same thing to me.
No, both like
Both of them.
I don't know. To me, we're still talking about books, plural. So I was like, how?
But it's say each of the books though. It's still okay. Each one. We're not looking at them. We're not saying the books has colorful flowers. We're saying each of. I think that's what makes the difference. Yeah. Any other ones? Because this one is, I think each settles it. That's the part. Any other ones?
Then the jury was divided in its opinion.
Which one of them makes more sense to you?
The jury, one second, the jury divided in their opinions.
Yeah, see him. Because we're talking about the jury.
I don't know. It
isn't clear. It isn't clear why B would be wrong. It isn't clear why B would be wrong. But C is not wrong either. I mean, just like C is not the first one that comes to mind, I'd say. All right, let me fix it for you then, so you get happy. Or so that it could make more sense. So just so that the selections would be less ambiguous. So,
I mean, no, I understand where you're coming from when you said that there's one entity, so it would be singular.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't sound right.
No, this one
definitely.
These ones are definitely. I think maybe I can say there. So I think that would settle it.
No, I was talking about the jury was divided in their opinion.
I know. Which one's the first, A or B?
A.
Okay. Good. I think it leaves us with only one option at this point. So that settles it.
And then also for number 3.
Number 3.
Neither the cat or dogs is friendly.
Okay. We look at is. That's supposed to be are. Because is a singular verb. And they say neither the cat nor the dogs.
Finally, Mr. Petit, for the third mathematics quiz, I got an 18 out of 20.
All right, no problem. Wait, let me check that. I think it's supposed to say neither the cat or the dogs are. It seems better if it's are friendly.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
The second quiz, I did get 20. And the third one, I got 20 out of 20.
All right, no problem. Do you see the English quiz
I'm going to check right now.
Okay, good. Okay. Now give me 1 minute. Let me check.
Mr. Petit, for the first language quiz, I got 20 out of 20.
All right, good. Mm, Oh, Naya. Naya, you there?
Yes, so I had to rejoin.
Oh, yeah. They're saying that each is a singular pronoun, so the verb should be singular. And there, THEIR, is not grammatically correct. When you're talking about where are we back again? Which we was we was talking about there, as in no, we was on this one, neither. That one, right? Wait, you can't see my screen, sorry. You can see my screen now, right?
So
Oh, it's crazy. Okay, so so we have a compound subject, right? So cat is the subject, and dogs is the subject, right? Like, what would you say is the subject in number 3?
cat and dog.
Okay. What joins them?
Nor.
Noah. So the best thing to do for this one is, let me see. Is a singular. So it's not supposed to be dog. It's supposed to be dog. So it's my bad. It's not supposed to be dogs. It's supposed to be without S.
Pardon me, Mr. Petit.
So neither the cat nor the dog is friendly, because both of them are singular subjects and they are connected by the word nor. And since both subjects are singular, the correct verb would have to be either is or was. So we can say neither the cat nor the dog is friendly, or neither the cat nor the dog was friendly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
For the first English language quiz, I got a 18 out of 20.
18 or 20? Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, Mr. Pati.
No, go ahead.
For English language, I get a 18 or 20 because I answer number 1. I gotta do that over.
No, 18 or 20 is fine.
Mr. Badi.
Yeah.
Mr. Badi.
Go ahead.
I got a 20 out of 20 on my test score for the first one.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. So, yeah.
Pati.
Go ahead.
For the second max quiz, I got 24 out of 24.
Okay, good.
My name is Petit. Is a 14 out of 20 a pass?
No. What's her name? Naya.
Yes, sir.
I will send you the explanation for it, but basically, like, it's exactly what you're saying. You can't say neither the cat nor the dog were friendly because both of them are singular subjects, and you need a singular verb to connect them. I mean, to correspond with them. But you can say neither the cat or the dog were friendly, or you can say neither the cat or the dog is friendly. Both of them could work. All right.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, Miss Petit.
Go ahead.
Did you also check English language quiz 2, number 3?
Okay, what's the problem?
I don't see the preposition on it.
Okay, what did it say?
It says the keys are blank. The table A under, B between, C above, or D around.
Okay, number 3.
Yes, sir. Quiz 2, the English
Okay.
language.
Okay, no problem. All right, anyone finish all of their quizzes and you need to send them the general
Excuse me,
science?
Mr. Pati.
Mr. Petit, can you please resend the English quizzes? When I logged out, it got lost.
Okay, no problem. So someone need me to send them the quizzes. I will put the quizzes inside the chat for you. I'm posting the math quizzes and the English quizzes for you. Anyone needs the health science or general science quizzes yet?
Yes, sir.
Who's that?
Yes,
Nevaeh.
Nevaeh, good. So I'm gonna send the health science and general science quizzes for you. I just post the English quizzes and what's her name?
Pardon me, Mr. Petit. For the second English language quiz, I got an 18 out of 20.
Okay, good. What's her name? Want me to check prepositions? Number 3, you said, Naya? Marinique?
Yes, sir.
Under the table.
Yes, sir.
Who needs me to send them the health science and general science quizzes? Anyone?
I do.
Okay,
I
good.
do, Mr. Patel.
Good. I need to send the health science and general science quizzes. What? So I'm going to put the health science and general science quizzes inside the chat. And then we're gonna go over the past paper that we were on. So if you're doing health science, the quiz is inside the chat. If you're doing general science, I'm just posting the quiz inside the chat right now. So for people who are doing health science and general science, the quiz is also inside the chat as well. Again, if you're doing health science, the quiz is in the chat, inside the chat. If you're doing general science, the quiz is also inside the chat as well. What past paper did we left off of? You can remember. I think that was paper 2.
2020.
2013, right? Let me put the past paper inside the chat. Olivia, what past paper that was? 2013, paper 2, I think. I believe it was. I think it was this.
Pardon me, Mr. Petit. I'll only do the general science quiz since I'm in general science.
Good. Let me post for those who are done with their quizzes. Anyone completely finished with all the quizzes? Are you done? Anyone is completely finished with all the quizzes? If you are, then you can do the past paper that I put inside the chat. You're completely done with all the quizzes. Um, Aaron, where's Aaron? Say it again.
Say it again.
What do you say I need to do?
If you're gonna send general science and health science.
Send the general science and health science quiz again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so for those who need to do the general science and health
Excuse me,
science
Mr.
quiz,
Petit.
Say it again, honey.
for those who are doing the health science and general science quiz, I'm going to put the quiz inside the chat. Again, for those who are doing health science and general science, I am putting the quiz inside the chat.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
Is 18 out of 20 a pass?
Yeah. Where's Haley? Haley and Bristol.
Yes, sir.
I noticed that you got the. Oh, you end up doing the quiz over it.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Good stuff. Shekinah Kalma. Where's Shekinah?
Mr. Petit, you give me the general, but you won't give me the health.
Okay. No, I sent you both of them.
Mr. B.
Yes. Yes.
B.
Akiro, yes.
I got a 20 out of 24 in the second. My people.
Okay. 20 out of 24.
That's all.
That is 83. And what you got in the first one?
I got 20 out of 20.
You got a what?
20 out of 20.
On the second one?
No, the first one. First one, 20 out of 20, and the second one, 20 out of 24.
So why are you lying to me?
Excuse me, Mr. Petit, can you send the language back in the chat, please?
I'm Mr. B.
I'm talking to Akiro. Why are you lying to me? Hello?
That's all.
I say, why are you lying to me? You tell me you get 20 or 20, you got 18, you only got 20. What's her name? Samaya? Samaya, the quizzes are inside the chat. How many persons finished their health science and general science, or at least the health? Aaron Kalea, where's Aaron? Aaron Kalea.
Yes, sir.
What quiz are you doing right now?
Maths.
Which one? 1 or 2 or 3?
1.
1. Why are you doing math quiz 1 again? Why are you doing 1 again? You got a bad grade the first time. Aaron, I'm talking to you.
Yes,
Why are you
sir.
doing? You got a bad grade the first time? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What number are you on?
I am on number 2.
Number 2. Why is there so much noise in your background?
That's what me fixing the silverware in the drawer.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Petit,
Go ahead, Devin.
I got 18 out of 20 for the first English.
All right, good.
Also, for the first question, I literally put I picked D for English, but it's changed to B.
Oh, it changed to be okay. Yeah.
Mr. Petit,
Go ahead, Supriya.
can you please send the general science test back inside the chat, please?
Okay, I will put the general science and health science back inside the chat for those persons who do not have it. Again, I'll
Thank
put the general science and health science back inside the chat for those persons who do not have it.
Pardon me, Miss Petit. For the general science quiz, I got a 28 out of 28.
All right, good. Again, for those persons who for those persons who got a bad grade for the test, make sure you get 80% and above.
Mr. Petit, is 22 out of 30 a pass?
Excuse me, Mr. Petit, can you send the language back in the chat, please? My internet did not go.
All right. Okay, so
Mr. Martinez, is 22 and 30 a pass?
20 what?
22 and 30.
22 out of 30. 22 out of 30. 22 out of 30. No, that's a 73. 73. You have to do it again.
Buddy,
Go ahead.
English question.
Zara, are you finished with all your quizzes? Zara? Where's Zara? Zara, are you there? Where is Zara? Zara, are you there? I can't hear from Zara. Zaria, are you finished with all your quizzes? Hello, Zaria, are you there? Can't hear from Zaria. And Willon. Where's Willon? Willon, are you there? I wonder if y'all could hear me. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Willon, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Did you do your quizzes?
Sir.
Pardon? Willon, did you do your quizzes?
I on English one.
Did you do the maths?
Yes, sir.
How come I see your name for the maths? What you got on the maths? Did you pass them?
Yes, sir.
I don't see your name here. Did you put your name on the quiz?
Yes, sir.
Oh, 18 out of 20. Okay, I see. All right, and you want the English now? You want the English now?
I just saw the English.
Okay. Waterfall, what are you finished with your quizzes? Where's Waterfall? Waterfall, are you finished with your quizzes? And if I'm Waterfall. Tyrone, Adelie? Where's Tyrone? Tyrone, are you finished with your quizzes? Tyrone? And if I'm Tyrone. Tanaj Forbes, are you there? Tanaj, I could barely hear you. Why are you finished with your quizzes? Where's Tanaj? Tanaj, are you finished with your quizzes? Tanaj Forbes, the one outside. Okay. Okay, good. Stene Penniman. Stene Penniman.
Yes.
Are you finished with your quizzes? Which one do you want now?
On the basketball.
You want what?
The basketball.
I could barely hear you. You have to speak into the mic, Stene. What one are you on?
The past paper. I'm on the past.
Oh, so you done with your quizzes?
Finished with them.
Okay. Stacy Penda, are you done with your quizzes? Stacy Pender, are you done with your quizzes? Stacy, are you there?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. Okay, good. And Shekinah Kalma, are you done with your quizzes? Shekinah? Where's Shekinah? Akiro, are you there?
Mr. Petit, I get 3 for the first quiz, first science quiz.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, are you finished with your quizzes?
I'm about to be finished with the third math quiz.
Okay, good. I mean, you have the English quiz and the science quiz to do.
Yeah.
Chardonnay, are you finished with your quizzes?
Yes, sir. I'm on the past paper.
All right. For those who are done, give me a moment, Javin. For those who are done, you can do the past paper. Let me put the past paper inside the chat. Again, for those who are done, you can do the past paper. Let me put it inside the chat for you.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Javin. What you have a question on?
Pass.
Uh-huh.
It's 18 over 20. 18 over 20. Pass on. English language too.
Yes, 18 to 20 is a pass. Samaya King,
Yes, sir.
are you finished with your quizzes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. What you working on now?
The past paper.
All right. And Sabria, are you finished with your quizzes?
Yes, sir.
Including the health science and general science?
Yes, sir.
All right, what you working on now?
The past paper.
Okay. And Rashid Forbes, where's Rashid? Rashid Forbes, what are you working on? Rashid Forbes, what are you working on? Past paper.
Mr.
Okay.
Petit, it's 24 and 28 to pass.
24 to 28.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's a
Mr.
pass.
Petit,
Go ahead.
the language, the first language one, I didn't pass it, but I do it over.
Okay.
And that one I got the 20.
All right.
And the second one got 16 out of 20.
Okay, that's the 80. Okay, good. We're not doing anything else except for RK and Hulu studies tonight, Jessica.
Okay.
Yeah. Korai,
Yes, sir.
are you finished with your quizzes?
Yes, sir.
What are you working on now?
What are you doing? No,
Say it again.
I just looking at waiting for you to say something. I'm not doing it.
Oh, we're supposed to be doing the past paper. If you look inside the chat, there's a past paper. I put inside the chat. That's what you're supposed to be doing. This one. Is this what you're supposed to be doing? You understand me?
Hold up. Yes, sir.
Namaya,
Yes, sir.
what are you working on?
I working on health science.
So you finished the maths and English before that.
No, sir. I haven't completed.
So what are you waiting on then? If you haven't do them yet, what you waiting on? Do you have the notes? I'm sorry, do you have the links?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're gonna do it after you finish the health science and general science.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nevaeh Wallace,
Yes, sir.
what are you working on?
I working on the English.
So you finished all the marks?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nathan Higgs, what are you working on? Nathan Higgs,
Yes, sir.
what are you working on?
The past paper.
You finished all the quizzes?
Yes, sir.
The math, English, and the science?
Yes, sir.
Did you pass all of them?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Michael,
Yes, sir.
what are you working on?
The past paper.
You finished all the quizzes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And okay, good. And Malik Roll, Malik Roll,
And me?
Malik Roll.
Yes, sir.
What are you finished with the quizzes?
Yes, sir.
What are you working on now? What are you working on? What are you working on now?
The past paper.
Did you find it?
Yes, sir. I found it. This idea.
Okay, good.
Mr. Petit,
Go ahead, Sienna.
this term.
Say it again.
This term.
Oh, China, yes. Yeah, China, go ahead.
This a different past paper?
It should have been paper two. Paper 2, 2020, 2013. That's what is on, right? Because we did 2013 paper one, and then now we have 2013 paper two. We never really answered these questions yet.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Yeah, go ahead.
I get 30 out of 30.
For the health science?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Malia, roll.
Yes, sir.
What are you working on?
The past paper.
Okay, so you finished all the quizzes?
Yes, sir.
How about you, Latavia? What are you working on?
The past paper.
Okay, and Kevin, what are you working on? Kevin, what are you working on? Kevin,
Yes,
what are you
sir.
what are you working on?
I'm on general science.
Okay. Kiajane, what are you working on? Kiajane Bethel?
On her side.
Okay. And Kema, what are you working on?
Yes, sir.
What are you working on?
I work on my health science quiz.
Okay, and Justin Cash? Justin Cash? Janice from Justin. Jeremy Langs, what are you working on?
Yes, sir. I just now finished the general science quiz.
Justin, what are you working on?
Quiz 2 of math.
Okay. Jevin, what are you working on?
I am working on general science.
Okay, good. And Haley and Bristol. Haley,
Yes, sir.
what are you working on?
Math.
Did you finish your past paper, your quizzes?
Yes, sir.
All of them, including the English and the science?
No, sir.
What, why you haven't done the English and the science?
I'm doing them now.
Okay. What quiz are you on right now?
English.
Okay. Yes, Angel?
Good night, Mr. Petit. I'm
Hello.
done. And I tried to do general, but it wasn't letting me do it.
Do you mean the general science?
Yes, sir.
Let me send the link again. So I'm going to send a link for general science and health science for those who are doing that quiz. Try it now, Angel. She on, what number you on? I mean, sorry, what quiz are you working on?
General. I on the general last one.
All right. Avanice, how about you?
Sorry.
How about you? What are you working on?
I'm trying to finish vectors.
Okay, good. And Erwin, what are you working on? Erwin Johnson, what are you working on? Can I have from Erwin? Egypt, what are you working on?
The past paper.
Are you done with your quizzes?
Yes, sir.
The math, English, and general and health?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you pass all of them?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Dwayne Slew. Dwayne? Dwayne Slow? Can't have from Dwayne. Dornick? Where's Dornick? Is Dornick there? Dornick, are you there? Can't have from Dornick. Dornick, have you finished your quizzes? Again, Dornick, have you finished your quizzes? Dion, what are you working on?
I'm doing the past paper.
Okay. Destiny, what are you working on? Destiny, what are you working on?
I working on math.
And Denisha? Denisha,
Yes, sir.
what are you working on?
BJC's paper.
You finished all the quizzes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Claremont Knight,
Yes, sir.
you finished with your quizzes?
I wasn't here for the science quizzes.
Oh, let me send them to you in the chat.
No, I mean I wasn't here for the science classes.
We'll try them.
Okay.
Pardon?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We'll try them.
She's really good with people, though. She is. Hi. Yeah, nice to see you. Hi.
CJ, Joseph,
Yes, sir.
have you finished with your quizzes?
Yes, sir.
What are you working on now?
I work on it now.
You have to do the past paper inside the chat, Joseph. That's why it's there. It's right there inside the chat. I don't know why you're always behind the 8th ball. You and Korai. The past paper right in there. That's what I said to do once you finish with the chat. I mean, with the quizzes. Did you do math, English, and health science and general science?
Yes, sir.
How come you didn't send me the screenshots?
I did.
Did you? Let me
Yes,
see.
sir.
Okay, my apologies. I see them now.
Mr. Batiste, you have to write them in the book, the past
Yeah.
paper.
Yeah, write it in your book. Yes, write it in your book. And then take a picture of it when you finish. Ciara Reckley. Again, Ciara Reckley, are you there? Ciara Reckley?
Yes, sir.
Are you done with your class? Are you done with your quizzes?
No, sir. I doing the last one.
Okay. And China, are you done with your quizzes?
Yes, sir.
And
Excuse me, Mr. Patel.
go ahead, Casey.
I get a 28 or a 28.
Very good. And Chai, are you done with the quizzes? Chai, are you done with your quizzes? Chai, are you done with your quizzes?
Mr. Fatigue, you'll have to send it to my phone because I go on the chat and it wouldn't give me, it only given me the front.
Sion, what you need?
The past paper.
Or the past paper? And Sienna, are you done with your quizzes? Sienna?
So, I'm still in the car with my mom, so I have to finish the grade.
I can't hear you at all, I can't hear you at all.
I'm not done with the math quizzes because I don't have a calculator. I'm still in the car with my mom.
You don't have a phone?
I can't get the calculator to work. These questions on my phone.
Say it again.
I don't know how to work, get the specific calculations on my phone calculator.
It's just 3.14. So you can't use pi, you have to use 3.14. So it's basically, let me show you. Can you see this? Let me take a screenshot and put inside the chat. So all you need to do is multiply 2 times 3.14 times 4, which is the radius. You get it? You see it? Because the formula for circumference is 2 pi r.
But this too, I've never done the circumference of a semicircle, so I don't even know how to guess the question.
No, for semicircle. Okay, this is how you do it for the circle, right? For semicircle is a bit different. For semicircle, you need this formula. You need this. This is for semicircle. So a semicircle, you have to first find the radius, right? Divided by 2, get the radius, and then plug in the radius in your equation. All right. So that's how you do it. But you have to make sure you're using the radius. One moment, you have to make sure you're using the radius. You see? So basically it will be, let's say for example, this is 4, right? This 4, Sienna, is for the diameter, which you want the radius. The radius is half of the diameter. So you would do pi, which is 3.14, times 2, which is half of 4, plus 2r. 2 is a part of it, times r. R is the radius. You multiply 3.14 times 2, you get 6.28. And you multiply 2 times 2, give you 4. And that's how you get 10.28 centimeters. All right. You see that, Sienna?
Yes.
So just follow the example. None deep about that.
Mr. Petit?
Yes.
Is 18 or 30 a pass?
No, definitely not. Percenti? Percenti.
Yes, sir.
Did you finish your quizzes?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing now?
I'm doing the BJC paper.
Okay, and Angel, are you finished with the quizzes?
Yes, sir. I'm done.
What are you doing now?
The paper.
Okay. What number you on the paper?
Number 6.
What does number 6 say? Angel, what does number 6 say? If you're on number 6.
Sorry, wrong number.
What number is it that you're on?
3.
What does number 3 say? What does number 3 say?
Number 3 says write down the next 2 terms. I'm not done writing yet.
Well, you should have it on the screen. Write down the next 2 terms. What?
Write down the next 2 terms in the
Sequence.
segment.
Sequence. Sequence.
Sequence.
Okay, good. Anastasia, what are you working on? Anastasia?
I on number 7.
All right. And Andrew, what are you working on? That's Andrew. Andrew, what are you working on?
Excuse me, Miss Betty.
Uh-huh.
It's 26 out of 30 a pass.
It's 26 out of 30 a pass.
Yes, sir.
26 out of 30. Yes, it is. Ajani, are you done?
What do I do?
You have to do the pass paper now. Yes, Kevin?
Can you send the link for the past paper in the chat again? Can I see it?
Okay. Andrew, did you start any quizzes? Yes, Andrew. Andrew, did you start any quizzes? Ajani, what are you working on? Ajani, what are you working on?
I'm on the last quiz.
Okay. Andrew, do you see that? Do you see the quizzes now? Andrew, do you see the quizzes now? All right, good. Aaron, how about you? What are you working on?
Mathematics quiz 2.
Okay. What did you get in quiz 1?
It's the Marion is the bathroom
24, 20.
players.
All right. What you got in quiz 1, Aaron?
I mean, no, I mean mathematics.
Aaron, what did you get in quiz 1?
No, I am mathematics quiz 1. On quiz 2, I get a 24, 24.
Really? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yes, sir.
Let me see. Let me see. Aaron? Okay, that's correct. 24 to 24. Now I need you to do quiz 1 because you did poorly on quiz 1. You only got a 6 out of 20. So you have to do that. You have to do it over, Aaron. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Excuse me, sir. May I go to the bathroom players?
Sure. Marnik, what are you working on?
Yes, sir. I'm just finishing up the parents, and then I go on to the vectors and finish them. Try to do the past paper.
I don't understand you. You're supposed to do vectors, then bearings. Why are you always all over the place?
Yes, sir.
Vectors, then bearings. Vectors, then bearings. Come on, man.
You sent me the bearing solution, so I figured.
No, no, no. That doesn't negate the fact I told you to do vectors first. Man, you're always doing your own thing, man. That don't make no sense.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
number one, given that n is less than 3, circle the number that does not satisfy this equation. What would it be? Does not satisfy this equation. N is less than 3.
5.
5, very good. How many persons have that for number 1?
Me.
Good. Number 2, what y'all have for number 2? That is 2 to the 3rd power.
I have 40.
Times 5. What is 2 to the 3rd power? That's going to be what?
8.
2 times 2 times what? 2 times what? 2.
Give you
8
times 5.
Give you 8 times 5.
Times
is
5, right? Times 5. Right? What is 2 times 2? It's going to be what? 4. Multiplied by 2 is
8.
What is 4 multiplied by 2?
8.
8, right? Multiply by 5 is
40.
40. So the answer here is 40. How many persons got 40 for number 2?
Me. I did.
I got that, Mr. Petit.
Very good. So 5 for the first one, 40 for the next one. Write down the next 2 terms in the sequence. Put y'all up for the next 2 terms.
13 and 16.
I have 13 and 16.
How you
13
get
and
that?
16.
How you get that? In every case,
Because
we are
multiple is 3.
not multiple.
Everything is 3. I mean, not multiple. I mean, they adding 3.
We add 3. Very good. So 4 plus 3 is 3. 4 plus 7, sorry, is 4 plus 3 is 7. And then 7 plus 3 is what? 10. 10 plus 3 is what?
13.
13. And 13 plus 3 is
16.
16. So it's 13 and 16. Anyone got that?
I did.
Very good. Now this one says write down the numbers between 20 and 21 that have only 2 factors. I think we did this last week as well. Only has 2 factors. So let's look at the numbers between 20 and 31. So 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So numbers between 20 and 31 that only have 2 factors only is not going to be 21. It's not going to be 20. Not going to be 22. So, well, 23 only has 2 factors. It's not going to be 24. It's not going to be 25. Not going to be 26. Not going to be 27. Not going to be 28. Though all those have more than 2 factors. It's going to be 29. So the answer is going to be what? 23 and what?
29.
29, because those are the only 2 prime numbers between 30 and 31. Those are the only 2 prime numbers between 30 and 31. How many persons got that? 23 and 29.
Me.
Anyone else got it? Anyone else got it? All right, let's go on to number 5. Which y'all have for number 5, 8. You want to write it to 2 decimal places.
0.43.
Say it again.
0.43.
0 point. Why are 0 point? They say to 2 decimal places. So it's 4, 3, 7, 2, 1, right? And they say they wanted to what? To 2 decimal places, right? Right? Right?
That would be 44.
So 2 decimal places would be what? 7 and 2, right? That's behind the decimal point. And then we have to put the block right there. Is 1 greater than 5 or less than 5?
Less than 5.
Less than 5.
It's less than 5. So we have to, can we add 1 or we have to leave it as is?
Add 1.
No, we can't add 1 because 1 is less than 5. So you leave it as is. So the answer is 43.72. Only 2 numbers need to be behind your decimal point because they say the 2 decimal places. Okay. So the answer is 43.72. Anyone have that? 43.72. Anyone have that? 43.72.
Yes, sir.
Why, Mr. Petit, why you take out the 1?
Because they say they only want 2 decimal places. They only want 2 numbers behind the decimal point.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So and plus 1 is less than 5. So since 1 is less than 5, we can't round up and add 1 to 2. We have to just leave it as 2. So it's 43.72. How about this one? This one says the 2 significant figures. So if we look at this number 43.721, what are the 2 significant figures that you see? Yeah.
It's 400.
Very good. 1 is the significant figure. That's the first one. What's the second one? 2 is the significant figure. What's the third one? 3, I mean 7, and then the fourth one is 2, and then the fifth one is 1. But we want 2 what? 2 significant figures. So that means that we have to cut it off. We have to cut it off right here. Question, is 7 greater than 5 or less than 5?
Greater than 5.
Greater than 5. So we
leave it
add,
after the-
no, because greater than 5, we add 1. So it's gonna be what? 44. Okay, so that's 43.721. Correct the 2 significant figures, right? All right, if you finish with what you have, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp because it's 8 o'clock and we have to go to, we have to go to social studies.
Good night, Mr. Petit.
Good night. All right. All right, so let's go on to social studies. So the first thing we're going to be doing is social studies, the first one. So first is social studies, and after that is religious studies. So we're going to do social studies. We cannot waste any time because we have a lot to cover. The last thing we did on social studies, anyone can remember the very last thing we did on social studies? We talked about who? Anyone can remember? Come on, man. I'm sure y'all remember something. It was the last thing we did on social.
Why seek a new route by sea.
Why seek a new route by sea? Very good. And we was talking about who wanted a new route? Who wanted a new route? Who wanted a new route? Anyone? Wow. Wow, y'all acting like we didn't teach this. Who wanted to seek a new route? Anyone can remember? The Europeans. All right. What was their motivation for wanting a new route? What was they motivated by? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what were they motivated by? What was the motivations of the Europeans? They wanted what? Why did they wanted to? What had happened to their trade route?
They wanted wealth.
It
Yeah,
got cut off.
It got closed.
They got closed by who? The Ottoman what? I can remember. It got
The
closed.
Ottoman Turks.
Very good.
The Ottoman Turks.
The Ottoman Turks. Very good. And so that was their route by land, but now they needed to find a new route, right? And so topic. So we're gonna be looking at motivations for exploring. On motivations for exploration part 2. So we're gonna be talking about why did they sail? All right. Why did all these explorers want to sail, and what was their motivation? And why was the people who financing them interested in them sailing and finding new territory? All right.
Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
For my paper 3, I got 16 out of 20.
16 out of 20? All right,
So,
no problem. All right, no problem. Okay, so let's go on to motivations for exploration. So this is talking about the Europeans still, right? So where we left off from last week. Portugal and Spain. So let's end up, let's start with that. Portugal and Spain. And Spain, they were the two main powers actively seeking a route. Portugal and Spain wanted their own direct route or own direct trade with the East. So they wanted their own direct trade, Portugal and Spain, with the East. They didn't want to, they wanted to have that power. They wanted to have that trade link, even though it was close. Now they were neighbors, but also enemies. So even though Portugal and Spain was close to each other, they were neighbors but enemies. So Portugal and Spain, the reason why we have the wanting to have these explorations because they wanted their own direct trade with these. They were enemies, and so obviously competition is arising on who's going to find it, right? So the king and queen of Spain, namely, what was their name? King Ferdinand
and Isabella.
Yeah, Ferdinand. Y'all know them. And Isabella. So they heard of the Portuguese discovery, and we talk about how they discovered the Cape of Good Hope. So now, okay, remember they are enemies now. So Spain is learning that Portugal has found the Cape of Good Hope, and so obviously tensions arousing. It's like, okay, they're ahead of us now. We need to overtake them. We need to try find a better route before they find the route. Okay. So they heard of the Portuguese discovery of the Cape of Good Hope. They decided to find their own route to the east. One that would be Spanish. All right, so they wanted to find their own route. They heard that, they heard that Portuguese, they'd find something, they'd made a discovery about the Cape of Good Hope. That's in Africa, but they wanted to find their own route, their own trade link with the East. All right, and so they listened to people like Christopher Columbus, who was saying, "Hey, man, yeah, we could do it, we could do it, we could do it," and they would listen to them because they wanted to be able to find their own. Yes, Sarah.
So, Mr. Petit, if they wasn't enemies, so basically, if they wasn't enemies, would they have like worked together
Yeah.
to like find their own route still?
If they wasn't enemies, they was gonna work together and when whoever find the route, they would share it. Both would benefit from the route. All right. They listened to the ideas of Christopher Columbus, who thought it might be possible to reach the East by sailing directly west from Spain. So they started listening to people, different persons who could think of ideas so that they could be able to find this new route. All right. So that they could be able to find their own direct trade with the East. Okay. But Christopher Columbus' idea was that we could reach the East by sailing west. That was his idea. Okay.
Is that true?
Out into Say it again.
Ish.
Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's true. But what they end up finding was not the East. They end up finding the Bahamas. So, and then them looking for the East, they didn't find the East. They found a whole new territory that they never even knew before. So they thought it might be possible to reach the East by sailing directly US from Spain out into the Atlantic Ocean. Let's see.
Mr. Petit,
Yeah.
isn't the Bahamas located west?
So, no, what I'm saying is, look, I'm gonna show you a map. I'm gonna show you a map. So basically, let's go. Map of the world. So back in those days, right? Back in those days. So basically you have the world, right? Let's divide it into two halves, right? This will be called the old world. Okay, the old world. And this will be called the new world. Okay, the new world. Back in those days, they believed, like they didn't have this part of the map, right? This part of the map did not exist. Okay, they didn't have this part. They didn't even know that this part existed. Okay. So the old world people, what they did was Christopher Columbus, he ended up sailing in this direction. And interestingly enough, he thought he had reached the East, but what he ended up finding? He ended up finding the Caribbean. And so indirectly, they ended up finding all these different places that they didn't even know existed. So with his effort in trying to get to the East, he ended up, by sailing west, he ended up coming to the Atlantic Ocean and end up stumbling over the Caribbean, which then they didn't even know this part of the world existed before. They just thought that if you keep on sailing this direction, you would fall off a cliff. But they did not know that actually this part contained a lot of land and stuff. They only knew about this portion, all right? They only know about this portion. But in fact, there's a whole nother world, a whole nother 2 continents that they didn't even know about. All right. And so that's what Christopher Columbus ended up finding in his journey to find a new route, which he did. He didn't find a new route, but found a whole nother, whole nother set of people. He found the Lucans and stuff. At that time, they was already living there, but to them, it was a discovery because they never knew that was even there. Right? Someone is writing on my screen. Please do not write on my screen. All right, so out into the unexplored sea, what we now call the Atlantic. The rivalry, and we know what rivalry means, right? If you have a rivalry with someone, what does that mean?
You have to fight to get, like, to win.
Okay, rivalry is like competition, right? A rivalry between different countries is another reason behind the various voyages that took place. At this time. So it was competition between Portugal and Spain that drove them into exploration. All right. Spain wanted to do better than Portugal. And guess what? Portugal wanted to do better than who? Portugal wanted to do better than Spain, exactly. So there was a rivalry between the two countries. Hey, who could find this land first? Who could find the land first? Who could find this trade route first? Who could try find this trade route first? You know? Since the map of Europe, since the map of Europe was now settled, no further territory could be gained there without war. Without going to war. If new lands could be discovered, brought, these could be added to the Spanish or Portuguese empire.
Mr. Batit, I could ask you something about their language.
I don't know much about their language. What I do know is that, let's say for example, if you look at Europe, right, the Spanish and Portuguese, Spanish and Portugal, they already had their empires settled. So basically, they're looking for new lands, because if they get new lands, whoever find it first, that's who it belongs to. If you find it first, it's yours. So they're trying to find land first, because if they find it first, then it's theirs, and they can claim it as theirs. That's why when you see Christopher Columbus came, one of the things that he did, he put his flag on the island. Why did he do that? To say that, hey, Spain is the one to whom this one.
To claim territory.
Yeah, exactly. To claim territory. I think Spain is the one who got this one. So they would try to find lands quicker than the other empire, so as to grow their own empire. Okay, we find this one first. Okay, that's our one. Because other than that, the only other land that you can get is land that's already there, and you have to go to water to do that. Okay. So if new lands could be discovered abroad, these could be added to the Spanish, or it should be or Portuguese empires. And hopefully increase the wealth of their rulers. Also, any natives were found. Also, if any natives were found in the new lands,
They would be turned into slaves.
they would try to convert them into Christians. Okay. They would be converted into Christians. And if not, then they're gonna face some consequences.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Huh?
I thought only the British does that.
No. Remember when they were religious people too, and they had a great respect for the Pope. So the Pope supported this. In fact, we'll learn about it. This would please the Pope. And the Pope was a leader of the Christian church in Europe. So the Pope wanted that. He wanted them to be converted. And so not only do they want to increase their wealth and power, but if they found anyone who was not a part of their religion, they would basically force them to be a part of their religion, which is not a good thing. But they still did it. As for the explorers themselves, now the explorers, they had a different, mindset. They had motives. They had, let's say they had many motives. For these long and daring voyages. Like, why would, if you were an explorer, why would you go on these long and daring voyages if you wasn't getting something in return? Okay. And so obviously they wasn't doing it for free just because they liked the ocean. They had something to gain for them. Okay. One, they wanted to prove themselves worthy, right? Wanted to prove themselves as professional navigators. To show that they were capable of reaching all parts of the earth. So they wanted to show that they are capable navigators. That's one of the reasons why the explorers went. And then there's another reason. They wanted to get rich through trade. So not only wanted they wanted to prove themselves as professionals in what they do, but they also wanted to get rich through trade. I mean, think about it. Why would they go on those long journeys, crossing the Atlantic, doing all sorts of stuff? It was just for the king and queen. Like, no, like they wanted to get rich. They wanted to explore. They wanted to prove themselves as good navigators. Okay. They were also religious men. And they believe in the Pope and they believe in, his mandates. So they were also religious men and considered it their religious duty or God-given duty to convert Christianity and non-Christians or heathens that they found. And they also wanted adventure. They wanted adventure to find new lands and become famous. All right, so what are some of the reasons why they wanted to explore?
For money, to get rich.
For money, to get rich. What else?
Claim their own island.
Say it again.
To claim an island.
To claim the island, to prove themselves as navigators, to try to convert the heathens, or so they call them, to their religion, to get rich. Okay. And so those are the many motivations of the explorers. As for Portugal and Spain, well, they was in rivalry with one another, and each one of them wanted to be greater than the next. And so the reason for the exploration, or the reason for the exploration, was to try to find the land of quickest, so that they can be able to claim that land and expand their own territory. All right. So I'm going to put the social studies quiz inside the chat. Again, I'm going to put the social studies quiz inside the chat. Once you finish with the notes, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. And also, please do the social studies quiz. Social studies. Let me put it inside the chat again. Do you all see the social studies quiz inside the chat?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes,
That's the quiz. That's the quiz that I want you all to do. Again, that's the quiz I want you all to do. Once you've started, please put started inside the chat. This is Shion.
On the notes, Mr. Petita, I ain't find the note. I ain't finished writing.
Okay, the notes. Let me send the notes to you. Shion. All right, let me put the notes inside the chat for those persons who need it. Again, let me put the notes inside the chat for those persons who need it. All right, those are the notes for the social studies. Are we done with those notes? Anyone finished with the notes for the social studies? Okay. Again, anyone finished with the notes for social studies?
I'm done.
Okay,
Not
good.
yet.
I'm done.
All right, good. Okay, so let's go on to RK. I already put the notes inside the chat and also the link for the quiz. So make sure I catch up on that if you're doing social studies. Now for religious studies. Let's quickly do that.
Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
After I'm finished with the social studies quiz, maybe excuse me. I'm not feeling well.
Okay, sure.
Thank you, sir.
October. Great. Subject is English. No, religious studies. What did we say we're going to be doing today? The topic? Peter denies who? Peter denies Jesus. All right, so let's look at that.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit, can you go back so I could take a picture because I was on the last piece?
Okay, no problem. Who's that speaking?
Angel.
Good.
Okay, thank you.
I also put the notes inside the chat for those persons who submitted. Okay, let's go on to Peter denies Jesus for religious studies. Please take these notes down as well. So All right, next one. So while Jesus, remember the last time we was talking about Jesus facing the Sanhedrin? So while Jesus was facing the Sanhedrin Council, remember he was being tried, right? We talk about that. Peter was outside in the courtyard. So Jesus is being tried. He was outside in the courtyard. Okay. And he was sitting around a fire, trying to keep warm. He wanted to be near Jesus, but he was also what, afraid, right? That the soldiers might arrest him too. So Jesus was by the Sanhedrin Council, and obviously they were, giving him false accusations, whatever the case may be. And but he wanted to be near Jesus. He was also afraid that they might arrest him, and so he stayed in the courtyard. Okay. Now, the first person to recognize Jesus, Peter was the high priest maid. So the high priest maid recognized that, hey, this is actually Peter, right? And but Peter denied that he knew Jesus. Okay. When she accused him of being with Jesus, Peter told her that he had no idea what she was talking about. So Peter, that's when Peter first denied Jesus. He said, hey, I don't know what you're talking about. So you can imagine you have a friend and you all have been friends long time. And then when you end up in trouble, the friend say, yeah, I don't know them. I don't know them. I don't know them. I don't know who they is from a can of paint. How would that make you feel?
Bad.
Bad. You feel.
It makes you feel good.
It make you feel good, Javin? Really?
Yes, sir.
No, that doesn't make no sense. Obviously, you'd feel betrayed, right? Like, how could they do this to me, right? After all that we've been through. But Peter denied Jesus. Now, later on that evening, the high priest.
They would have slapped that Peter.
You would what?
I would slap that little Peter.
You would slap. Oh, you would slap Peter. No, but Jesus didn't. He didn't have no violence in it. Later on that evening, the high priest maid saw Peter again. And again, accused him of being with Jesus. Peter again denied that he knew what she was talking about. So this is the first or second time that he denied Jesus.
Second.
The second time. Very good. So far he denied Jesus twice. However, a little later, another man saw Peter and recognized him as one of Jesus's.
Excuse me, Mr. Badi.
Uh-huh.
The funny thing about it is Jesus tell Peter he's gonna deny him.
Exactly. That's a good point.
Excuse
That's a
me,
good
son. May I leave?
to go well.
I ain't doing arcade.
Did you finish the social studies notes?
Yes, sir.
Did you send it to me?
Uh,
Send your notes to me, please, before you go. And I need to see your grade for the quiz. However, a little later, another man saw Peter and recognized him as one of Jesus' disciples because of his accent and dress. By this time, Peter was so frustrated that not only did he deny knowing Jesus,
I
but
just
but he
sent my notes to you.
but he also did you stop? What did you get in the quiz?
18 out of 18.
Okay, very good. You can leave. But he also began to curse and swear. So what did Peter do? In the final time, he not only denied Jesus, but he began to curse and swear. All right, just to show that he's not a part of Jesus. So every time someone cursing and swearing, that is not a good thing, because Peter did that in showing that he denied Jesus. Right? Okay, as Peter was carrying on, the rooster crowed. And what the rooster supposed to remind him of?
When the crow.
Yeah, what is supposed to remind him of? It's supposed to remind him of what Jesus said, right?
Yeah, when he could deny him.
Yeah, so when Peter heard this, he immediately remembered Jesus's words. And what was Jesus's words? Jesus said what?
You will deny me, Peter.
Yes, to him earlier. So Jesus predicted that that he would deny him this very night. You will deny me. Now, how did Peter felt when he realized that he denied Jesus? Think he was happy? Think he was happy? He did that. So did Peter also kill himself?
No.
Yes.
You referring to a woman on the last line on the first paragraph?
When she accused him, Jesus, this one?
Yeah, on the last one, yeah.
Yeah, the high priest maid, it was a woman, yeah. So this very night you would deny me. Peter then began to cry and left the gate, feeling what? Feeling sorry for what he had done. All right, so Peter felt very sad for what he had done. All right. I'm going to put the quiz inside the chat for those persons who need the quiz for religious studies. But this is the end of the account. We saw that Peter denied Christ, and Jesus predicted that he would have done it, and he did just as was predicted. The good thing about it is that Peter was sorry for what he had done, and he didn't do like Judas and go ahead and kill himself. So that's a good thing. And eventually, as we learned in the lesson, Jesus did forgive him. So that's a good thing.
Specifically, did Peter typically sin?
Say it again.
Did Peter typically sin?
Wait, did he what?
Sin.
Did he sin?
Yes, sir.
I mean, of course he sinned. He denied Jesus. Of course. All right. All right. I put the religious studies quiz inside the chat. Do y'all see it? I put the religious studies quiz inside the chat. Once you've started that, please put started inside the chat for me. Again, once you've started that, please put started inside the chat for me. Again, I put the religious studies quiz inside the chat. And I'm going to put the social studies quiz inside the chat as well for your benefit. Religious studies and the social studies.
Please send it to my phone, please.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to send it to your phone. She on. It's sent to your phone. Let me go back on the slide. Are you done with this slide, or are you still need more time?
I still writing.
Okay, good.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit. I finished the religious studies and social studies quiz and I sent in the notes and I got an 18 out of both.
Okay, so that is Chardonnay.
So
Let me see. Okay, you can leave.
good night.
Good night.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead, Clamont.
Do I just take the photos on my tablet with my phone?
Why don't you just take them with your phone? Do you have a phone
No,
that say it again?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a phone?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, then take the pictures with your phone now. Can you send it to me?
So just use the phone and take a picture of my tablet.
Either one. Once you send it to me, doesn't matter.
Mr.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I done with all my quizzes.
Did you send your notes?
Follow me?
Did you send your notes?
Let me send them right now.
Okay.
Mr. Petit, I finished.
Did you send on your notes?
Yes. Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
And then you know this, but I think I ain't sure we come into your classes on Sunday
Okay, why?
because my daddy going away tomorrow. We
Oh.
might,
Okay. No problem.
but I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you.
Pardon me, Ms. Petit, can you give me the social studies notes, please? I didn't get to take down all of it.
Social studies should be in the chat.
Really cool.
It should be in the chat. I'm gonna post it inside the chat. So for your benefit.
Mr. Petit, I sent all my notes.
Okay, you can go.
Good night.
Good night. Sorry, are you there? Yes, sorry.
Yes, sir.
Not tonight. We ain't going over tonight. But probably on Monday.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Stene? Stene? Do you have internet problems?
I'm saying I'm done. I was letting you know that I was finished my notes and my assignment
Yeah,
before I left.
no, I didn't hear you. Did I say you could go?
No, but when I was sending those little my notes, I didn't say okay.
I said okay.
You said okay to me finishing my assignment.
No,
I mean, my notes, not my assignment.
no, I would have asked. The next question I would ask you was, are you finished with the quiz? So you can't just sneak out like that. You have to make sure that I fully understand what you're doing. Did you finish the quiz? Did you finish the quiz? Did you got on it? Okay, next time leave properly, please.
Okay.
Pardon?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a good night.
Mr. Petit,
Go ahead.
I got for the social studies quiz I get 18 out of 18. And for religious quiz I got 22 out of 24. And I sent my notes.
Okay, good. You can go. Wait, Jeremy.
Yes, sir?
I don't have your notes. Wait. Never mind. I do.
Good night.
Good night.
Mr. Petit,
Yes, go ahead.